Anomaly.
Another episode of Anomaly.
Yeah.
Little late, but better late than never. That's what Drake said.
Good to be back. Good to be back. That's all we can say.
Good to be back, my man. Big round of applause for my guy here. Then did 6 years master school and paid off, y'all. So everybody say congratulations to the co-host of the year for sure, man. You did that.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Man.
Life been lifing, as we can say.
Yeah, it's definitely been lifing. It's definitely been lifing. But man, it's good to be back, and we have been treated to so much good basketball.
Yes.
Debatably one of the best playoffs we've seen in a couple of years, I'd say. If this don't make the ratings go up, I don't know what will, because I've been thoroughly entertained.
I have as well. The fact that we've seen a 1 seed go home, we've seen some battles with some higher seeds losing. I think that's good for the game of basketball.
Yeah.
I don't think it's supposed to be whoever, the higher ranked seed just walk to the championship. I think it's supposed to be this competitive, and it's good for the game.
Yeah, it should be, especially when guys are getting, we practice just like y'all practice, Milwaukee.
Right.
We got to do the same thing. This is also our livelihood, our job. I had a friend text me like, I can't believe, Lonnie Walker went off like that. Like, how is he able to do that? And I was like, he's a professional. That's his job. Every day, he show up. Whether he got to play tonight or not, he still practice and he still get shots in. And I go, and then you got to remember, he's one of the top 200 greatest basketball players in the world right now.
Right.
So it don't take much for them to get hot and get going. Whether you're the one guy on the team or the 12, when you make a couple of shots in the NBA, the basket gonna start looking bigger for you. This is you also used to be a stud.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. These guys are typically been the best players in their high school teams, their AAU team,
college.
I mean, they're not just regular dudes. Just because they sit on the bench, they're not just regular dudes. Not to mention, we've been had talks about Lonnie Walker on the podcast. We talked about him last year. We talked about him this year. I ain't gonna say I told you so, but told you so.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the benefit of the acquisition, of them getting Lonnie Walker and how he'd be a little a better slasher and a little plus side for the for the Lakers over Malik Monk. And let's go ahead and I guess start off right there in LA with that Lakers in 6. That's pretty close to what we call. You call Lakers in 7. I call Lakers in 6. That's a good opening round. I think the way we saw the Lakers adapt to the Memphis Grizzlies physicality.
Yeah, I think that it just shows this. I put like guys like Bron, the Stephs. I put those guys in the upper echelon, even though we want to reign a new champion, a new face of the NBA. These guys are just they're there already. Okay, so I think Memphis is still a few years off. They had some off the court issues, on the court issues.
On the court issues.
So I think the Lakers just kind of outvetted them.
Was it a distraction? Was Dillon Brooks a distraction? Would you say for the Memphis Grizzlies going into the series? Obviously now he's been cut from the team and they're not bringing him back. Do you think he was actually a distraction, like the way they were putting it, the management, the media?
I would say so. I think he tried to, I think in a sense he tried to take some pressure off Ja, and he tried to be the look at me guy. But I think he distracted himself because he was not really a defensive factor. Although he made all defensive second team this year, he wasn't really a defensive factor in that series. No. He was more of a liability if you actually think about it.
Yep.
Offensively as well.
Yeah, offensively, he struggled all season offensively as far as knocking down shots. But yeah, like you said, defensively, he wasn't stopping anybody. And I mean, you probably don't talk to a guy that's going to take 30 shots a game and you only going to take 10. I mean, because eventually he's going to make some shots if he gets 30 of them. You only get 10 shots, man. So, I mean, your clip isn't long enough to shoot with this man.
Yeah.
That's probably like a word of advice. I don't know if that's really the best idea to know. It's like Tony Allen talking to Kobe. It just don't make sense. You don't shoot enough to even.
I'm gonna have to disagree on that one. I just think he's talking the wrong one. That's the wrong guy. It might be guys you want them to take 30 shots. Bron is not a guy
Bron's not the one you want to take 30 though. Yeah.
Bron's not the guy you really want to talk to. A guy who's controlling the game, and he controlled the entire series.
He did. Anthony Davis, what a blessing he was in the opening round, as well as Rui Hachimura. What a pickup he has been for the LA Lakers. I liked his versatility in the series, knocking down some jumpers too for the Lakers to help space the floor out, which is key. as LeBron's probably having like one of the worst playoff shooting performances he's had in his career.
Yeah. Hachimura, in that series, he looked like a third star. He looked like a third star. Somebody they can depend on. And, that might vary series to series.
Yep.
It might be Austin Reeves in one game, or it might be D'Angelo Russell giving you 4 or 5 threes one game. So, the Lakers are looking good having those guys step up, the Lonnie Walkers, those extra third, who's going to be that third option that night.
Yeah, you hear the TNT talk about it all the time, the others, but like people don't understand in the playoffs, those guys are important. And they, like you said, any different night, it could be another guy stepping up. And that's what being professional is. Most of these guys know I might not play in 82 games in the regular season, but when the playoffs come, guys are on a short leash. And if you're not succeeding, we got to make a change right away. And I got to be ready. And like you said, the Lakers were ready in that first round. Sent John and them packing to Cancun early. I'm interested to see this Grizzly team be back. I'm not shocked. They'll be back in the playoffs for sure. The Kings and the Warriors, that was definitely the best opening round series.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I called Warriors in 5. I can't believe that thing went 7.
Man, I'm with you. But the Kings is the show they can play basketball. I think they put on a great series. We had the suspensions, the injuries, which, that's part of playoff basketball.
Part of the game, yeah.
But, I think in that series, you seen Steph kind of like, just put his foot down. He controlled the last few games entirely, not just with this scoring, but he just controlled the pace. And that's when I talk about those upper echelon guys. Like, we say the superstars, we throw those around. Like, that's when you see a superstar control the game.
Yeah, because we live in a very recency bias society. People are texting me, "Oh, De'Aaron Fox is better than Steph Curry." I'm hearing De'Aaron Fox is the best guard in the series. It's like, come on, like what did Deion say? Don't compare a monument to a moment. And De'Aaron Fox is a bad boy. Don't get me wrong, but this is Steph Curry we're talking about. And I think the last couple games of the series, they won 4 out of the last 5. I think that's when Steph Curry was like, all right, let me let them know that I might be 36, but like I'm still that guy. Like I'm still that guy, and they showed out, man. The Kings, like you said, wow, Keegan Murray, what a rookie he is, sensational. I like what he's gonna bring to that team moving forward. De'Aaron Fox, stud. We been knew that though.
Right. I like that team. I hope they core stay together. I like the De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk combo, and I'll be telling people like, it look good when you play with your friends. So,
yeah, it do.
And they look good together. So that's an exciting team. I guess that's a bonus. That Sabonis trade paid off. Everybody questioned it. They didn't win a championship, but they competed hard in this playoff series, which is more than they were doing.
Yeah, definitely so. They got some excitement back in Sacramento for the first time. Man, Suns and the Clippers, what a disappointing series. Started off great the first 3 games, and then like you talked about, injuries. Kawhi goes down, and without Paul George already, this is just not nearly the same Clippers team. Phoenix Suns took care of business.
Yeah, I think that was very disappointing. We could have seen one of the best series, I think.
Yeah.
That even with Kawhi alone, what he did the first few games. So that was really unfortunate. But it's not a knock on what Phoenix is doing and the crazy efficiency that they're scoring the ball at, which is like they look like they had shoot around KD and Booker. They look like they had shoot, but they playing shooting, scoring 30 on 60% shooting is outrageous as a guard.
Yeah, no, those two are tough. Kind of what we expected, honestly, with the scoring ability of both of them. As you can see, they've been doing their thing still. Denver, Minnesota, I called it in 4. It went in 5. I'm not shocked at all. You picked Denver to lose the opening round. What has kind of changed with Denver from the regular season to kind of what you're seeing now that's kind of got them rolling?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think much has actually changed with Denver. I did pick them to lose to the Pelicans, which I thought would have been a different matchup. But I don't think much has changed. Everything is, still ran through Jokic. He's, he's efficient for their offense. Like, we talk about Kevin Durant and Devin Booker being inefficient, like being efficient players, but he makes their offense efficient. He gives those guys.
He is the offense.
He's going to get Aaron Gordon's about 6 points. He's going to get Jamal Murray about 6 points just off cutting. Michael Porter just a couple open threes. So he makes their offense so efficient. But, Rudy Gobert really wasn't able to, slow him down. Not to mention that he's scoring the ball at 25 plus a game himself.
And shooting amazing from behind the arc in the playoffs, almost like plus 40% almost, I think. Joker has been way too much, and he was way too much for the Timberwolves in round one. Boston and Atlanta over there in the Eastern Conference kind of went like expected. Hawks got one more game than I thought. I thought it'd be 5. Trae Young did some Trae Young stuff and hit a dagger of a game winner in Boston. But kind of like expected, the Celtics, JB and Tatum. I mean, that's a lot of firepower.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think that they were just a little outmatched that series. Yeah. But definitely give Trae Young his respect. I think we as a basketball community have not been giving this dude his respect. Missing All-Star games, missing all NBA teams, and he's in top 5, top 3 in points and assists every year. So
every year
we compare him to Luka, but one is in the playoffs, one's been at home. So I think that was a competitive series. I don't think it's Trae's fault. I think Atlanta needs a little bit more over there.
Yeah, Atlanta needs some more help. The only sweep we got in the whole first round, actually the whole playoff so far, Philly, Brooklyn. I think we expected that.
Yeah.
With Joel Embiid, without Joel Embiid, the Sixers had enough. Brooklyn, like Mikal said, we just came together, man. We tried our best, but I don't think anyone was really shocked with the outcome of that series.
Right. I think that's just something for the Nets to build on.
Yeah.
You've seen, some guys have some good moments. Some Cam Johnson's, Mikal Bridges showing he's going to be a force to be reckoned with in that East. So I think it's just, that was kind of a little bit of an audition for some of those guys, and I hope.
Yeah. Who gonna come back next year? And who we gonna send packing? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's who we gonna pay. That's a payday.
That's a payday. Yeah. I think they saw that and Bridges might be able to stay. We might be able to build around a guy like Mikal Bridges.
Yeah.
Might stop taking calls. Man, New York and Cleveland. We thought this could go 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
But I just gotta say, I told you, if they were to win, the Cleveland Cavs to win, Donovan Mitchell had to be the best player in the series. I don't think he was. I think Jalen Brunson was. And I think that's how they got sent home early. I don't think he gave them enough when they needed it. Not it's all on him, but he's the star of that show, just to be.
Yeah. I think, I have to agree that Brunson was definitely the best player in that series. I think when I look at that series, though, I think it's interior-wise, I think,
underrated.
Julius Randle they kind of ran that series, just muscled their way in there, rebounding the ball, getting offensive rebounds. I think it kind of got a little icky in playoff basketball. And, Cleveland didn't respond like that.
I think Cleveland missed a guy it's gonna sound weird, but they missed a guy like a Kevin Love, and not really for on court, but when stuff got tough, they don't really have anyone on the entire team with experience as far as playoff situation basketball. I mean, Mitchell's the most experienced, but he was getting his shit popped in Utah. So really no one on the Cleveland Cavaliers team was really knowing what to do. I think when stuff got tough, New York, I think full of a team that they made a run before. They have been here, and I think they're kind of now just reaching back to where they were 2 years ago when they made that historic run for them.
Yeah, for sure. And, not to mention Cleveland just got together this year. I know Brunson just got there to New York, but, they under Tibbs, who they're going to play them. He's going to play them 85 minutes a night.
Yeah.
Play the starters at 85 minutes. And I think, they've been able to play together more because of that. Brunson was just he was a dog. He's been a dog, and I expect him to make an All-NBA team.
Hey, man, most improved player. He didn't win it, but he got my vote. The most shocking series, let's end it right here with the first round. I mean, your boy Jimmy Butler in the Miami Heat, shorthanded with no Tyler Hero, no Victor Oladipo. But sorry to hear about his injury again.
Yeah. And
they still find a way to beat the Bucks, the best team in the NBA this year, and 4-1.
Mm-hmm. I think that's one is crazy. the run he went on with his scoring and his efficiency itself. The man gave Drew Holiday hell. He gave Giannis. He gave some of the best defenders in the league, one of the best defensive NBA teams, hell every night. And unfortunately, Giannis went down with the injury first, so we should have seen a more competitive series. But give credit where credit is due. They won the damn games.
And Jimmy Butler did it, Baskin Robbins 31 flavor style, like however you want it. You can get it anyway.
Yeah.
3-pointer, free throw line, 2-pointers. I take you to the basket. Like he was doing everything. And I was looking like, if someone asked me what is Jimmy great at, I don't really have an answer, but he's just a hooper. He's just a ball player. Like he's good at everything. Not great at much, but good at everything.
I agree with you. I think you just see like that's what if you want to teach your nephew, you want to teach your little cousin, like that's what a dog is. Like,
it's a dog.
He gonna find a way to get it done. If he need to go 4 for 4 from 3 this game, he gonna do it. Then the next game he might give you 20 off the all post ups. Like, and it's not like he's just doing whatever it takes to. He get the ugly baskets. He's gonna play defense, and he's also controlling the game. I don't think a lot of people see that. Man. He's controlling the game. He controls who gets the shots when he wants it. They're gonna give him the ball, and that's a team that believe that he's that guy. They believe that he's that good, which I think he's that good, and he might not be that talented. It don't look pretty, but he's getting the job done.
I was gonna say, you name top 3 guards. People ain't saying Jimmy Butler, right away. It's top 3 shooting guards in the league. But yeah, when it comes down to it, like you said, man, jumper not working. I'll go 18 for 19 from the free throw line tonight. Like whatever you need, Jimmy gonna get it done for you. And I think the most important thing is he's got other undrafted guys believing that they belong to play against, these high matchups. You got Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, Duncan Robinson. All these guys are undrafted, and you can't tell them that they ain't better than Drew Holiday.
Right. I think just
and that's I love that.
I think the biggest thing though is they believe in each other. So that's 10 points on the board if you ask me. Belief in each other, and those guys just put their lunch pail, put their hard hat on, and go to work. And whatever happens. So I think they respect the game, and good things happen when you respect the game of basketball.
It does. And now they find themselves up in the second round, 3-1 against the Knicks. And they asked Jimmy after the series ended, like how you can prepare for the Knicks. And he's just like, man, we hoop too. I know we shorthanded, and y'all gonna write a bunch of articles about us being shorthanded, but we ready to win the series still. And he got these guys believing. They're up 3-1 against the New York Knicks and have a chance to close it out tonight. And I don't know if they're gonna get it done tonight, but if they do, it's gonna be because of Jimmy Butler.
I think they do get it done tonight. I think I think New York doesn't look too enthused at the moment. I think I hate to be that guy, but it looked like Jimmy kind of took the heart there. We seen some rebounding issues from the Knicks, which I was surprised about last game, and I would expect it to happen again.
I was saying, it's getting scary from Miami. Like you said, Jimmy Butler kind of took their hearts away, and now you got Gabe Vincent balling on you. You got Caleb Martin dunking on you. You got these role players like we talked about, really, really believing. Oh man, up 3-1, it could be a closeout game. You could be right. So you think it's over tonight?
I think it's over tonight. I don't think Miami want to play with their food. I think we're gonna have some good games from the stars, like the Jalen Brunsons, and Julius Randle probably gonna have a good game.
They had Madison Square Garden too. If Jimmy win it in MSG, oh my God.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like for a guy like him, he does not care where he's at. I think it doesn't matter. You seen the dude go to the bubble championship, so I don't think he really cares where he's at. No one was too big for him.
He don't care. Dang, I give it Miami in 6. I think New York get it done tonight. I'll give it one more, Miami in 6.
Mm-hmm.
Philly and Boston, the other game in the East. It's been a hell of a series right now. Very hell of a series, man. If Joel Embiid stays healthy like he is, I think Boston could be in trouble.
I'm really surprised with that series. I thought Boston moved the ball really well as a team, and Philly played ISO ball, and that's honestly been the case. But that ISO ball has been great.
It's so good.
It's been great. Joel is unstoppable. James Harden might give you 45, then he might give you a double. So I think that's just playing basketball they're kind of outmatched again. Like I think Joel shows you why he's the MVP.
Yeah, and that's what I think is the deciding factor. I know I've been saying it for a while. If Joel Embiid has a Shaq-type playoffs, they have a chance to be the most dangerous team in basketball because there's no one in the NBA that can check this guy.
Yeah.
And that was the one thing that bothered me with Boston is the lack of size. Robert Williams at 6'8", Al Horford, terrific shot blocker, but in his later years and not the biggest. I knew they'd have some issues there, but I guess what they're probably also shocked about is James Harden scoring 30s, Tyrese Maxey scoring 30s, and Tobias Harris has been knocking down jumpers. And PJ Tucker, he said, fuck scoring, I'll just do everything else.
Yeah.
Everything else.
Yeah. I think PJ showed you the importance of having a dog on your team, just a vet. We get caught up in all the scores and whatnot, but I think he shows you the importance of doing the dirty work in the basketball game. It's a lot that goes into a basketball team, and it's not just whoever can score 30 can make the team. So
yeah, he played 42 minutes. I know they say he didn't take no shots, but I don't think he looked at the rim for 42 minutes. 42, I don't think he looked at the basketball rim. I think he grabbed rebounds and kicked them out so quick, and his main objective was, I got him.
And he did his job.
I got him tonight. And I think that's going to go unnoticed, I think, for Philly. Lucky for Doc Rivers right now, Boston has not made any adjustments to the awful ISO basketball they're playing, which is foolish to me because we always question Doc Rivers' ability to make adjustments on the fly. Yeah. We always question that. But right now, Boston has not made him have to make any adjustments. They just keep trying the same thing to put it back out there. If Boston wants to win this series, they have to make some adjustments, I think, this series coming up. And I'd probably stop doubling Joel, to be honest with you. That would probably be my change. I would stop doubling Joel because what's killing you is the 35 from James Harden. That's what's killing you.
It's more like, pick your poison right now, right?
Yeah.
Because, the last night they gave Maxey had 30 and Joel gave you 33. So I'm like, it's a tough matchup for sure.
Yeah.
But that's why that's why they get paid millions of dollars. That's
100%. You got to figure it out. The other good series, Western Conference, Denver, Phoenix, just wrapped up last night. A very big win. Denver's up 3-2 though.
Yeah. That's a tough series. When I see the efficiency of a KD and a Devin Booker. They're giving you 30 on 50% shooting,
and so bad.
But they're still losing in games. So I think when we got to look at Ayton right there, because although they're giving you 60 points. Jokic is giving you 30 points. He's giving you 50 points. He's giving you a triple-double here. He's giving you another triple-double back when he goes back to the crib. I think Ayton got to be a little bit disruptive on either end of the court because he's not making them work on defense and he's not making them work on offense when the guy's giving you 50, then giving you a triple-double the other night.
Yeah. And I know it's probably tough to stay engaged, when there's 30 shots being taken that aren't you, and you're probably going to go 8 to 10 to 12 trips sometimes without touching it. But I think he has to find a way, like you said, to stay engaged. It's the playoffs. Right now, you got two guys that are balling.
Yeah.
But you have to be able to get 15 and 10 a night, 15 and 12 a night. The 7 rebounds, the 8 rebounds, that's not acceptable. And it got so bad they're benching him in clutch moments for EJ I can't know the guy's name.
Jock Landale.
And they want to downplay it and say we're all one team, but you're benching a max player in money time for a guy that could give me 30 at LA Fitness and I wouldn't know who he was.
It's tough because they just paid him. They had the issues when they wanted to trade him. He was supposed to go to Indiana, but they didn't want to lose him for nothing. So I don't know how much longer we see him in a Phoenix uniform.
Yeah, it's some murky water over there.
But if they want to win the series, he has to be an X factor on either end of the court. Really at this point.
And they're missing Chris Paul painfully right now. I'm sick. You called out the injuries last. You literally said someone on the Suns is going to get hurt. You said they're due for it, and unfortunately, it's Mr. Chris Paul. Without him, they're an entirely different team. Because now Booker's more of a ball handler, which means less guys are going to eat unless your name's Kevin Durant.
I don't think offensively it's really hurt them. I think I think it actually helps them because they're getting out. Devin Booker's getting the ball.
They're getting out way faster. Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting out in transition, which is good for if we're going to try to beat Jokic up the court.
Yeah.
I think they miss Chris Paul getting the others involved, though.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more ball movement, getting those extra guys, one or two extra shots. Maybe you get DeAndre Ayton to look a touch, But I think, offensively, that's not their problem. Defensively, is like you need Ayton to be that force down low, or you need him to make Jokic work when he has the ball, when he gets the ball.
The same way he did 2 years ago when they went to the championship game. And that playoff series, DeAndre Ayton performed great against every big man he faced, including Joker. So I know Joker's a competitive guy. I'd be damned if he ain't watched the film on that series and knew exactly what he was going to expect from Ayton. I bet Ayton was a little more confident going into this series that I was successful last time we matched up. Maybe I don't got to put in as much study time on it because what he's doing the same exact thing he did last time they faced off in the series. But Joker is prepared for it. I think he's giving the ball up earlier and sooner, and obviously knocking down way more threes than he did 2 years ago.
Yeah, he's a matchup nightmare for them right now.
It's crazy right now.
If you back up off him, he's going to shoot it. If you get too close, he's got cutters that he's going to find open. He makes the whole defense work. So it's not just 1-on-1, but it's 1-on-5. It's 5-on-5. He makes it. And we spoke about it earlier. It's like he makes their offense so efficient just by being on the court.
Who wins this series, you think?
Right now, I got to give the edge to the Nuggets. I'd have to see DeAndre Ayton be more aggressive.
Nuggets in 6 or Nuggets in 7?
I'd have to say, I think the next game is going to be a shootout, so I'm gonna say the Nuggets in 7. I think KD is going to play with his ego a little bit.
You got KD and Booker. It's tough to, and they at home too.
Yeah, I think that and also it's probably a factor of them playing in Denver with the altitude there. Has been a factor as well.
Yeah, slight factors, but Hooper's got to show up. I like man. I really want to say I like Phoenix in 7. Honestly, I think I'm gonna ride on that. I like Phoenix in 7. I think Game 6, like you said, gonna be a shootout, and then in Game 7, I think KD just is still KD, and I think if you give him one game to win with the firepower that they have, I think the Suns can find a way to get it done. But Denver is extremely scary, man. And the addition of Bruce Brown and KCP, I can't talk about enough. I mean, KCP has become a true floor spreader for them, knocking down shots.
Yeah, along with Michael Porter Jr., who's going to shoot it. That's every time he catches the ball. Mike's going up. It's going up.
The last game in the West, we got the Lakers and the Warriors, man. Right now, Lakers are up 3-1. They played tonight, big Game 5. What do we expect from this series, and what have we seen in this series to get the Lakers up 3-1?
Oh man, I think we've seen the size of AD become a little too much for the Lakers. Kevon Looney's been sick, so I think that's been a factor as well. And then you got the extra guys, the Austin Reeves who'll give you 20. Lonnie Walker give you 15. So I think that's a factor, and I also think the fact it's a fact that we haven't seen great outings from the guys we need, like Jordan Poole or Clay has been off. We need either one of those guys to click, for it to be a competitive series. As great as Steph has been, he's still only a 6'3" guard.
Yeah, Steph is great, and you kind of see the adjustment that Steve Kerr is making. I think he might have realized it after Game 1. The Looney and Draymond on the court at the same time is very difficult when Draymond's in his I don't look at the basket mindset. Sometimes Draymond's in the correct mindset of like being aggressive and I pass when someone's open, but many times he's in like a pass first, old school James Harden mindset where he's not even like considering the rim. So now defensively, you got two guys on the court who I know aren't looking at the basket. We know Looney's not going to shoot. He had 2 points and 21 rebounds one time. He ain't trying to shoot. And if you have Draymond not shooting, now the defense is able just to focus on denying Steph and Clay the ball. So I think a big thing tonight in Game 5 is Draymond Green has to actually be aggressive, has to look to score a little bit more, because that's going to open up the game, I think, and open up shots for Clay and Steph.
Yeah.
JP's got to be better. I don't. Jordan Poore's just got to be better. Simple as that. He's been.
Yeah.
He's looked like a average role player, but he has not given us that expectations this season at all.
Yeah, it's been a tough series for him. I'll say, especially shooting the ball. He hasn't really given much. If it's not him, I think we need another. Probably need another 20, 25 from Wiggins.
Gotta have Wiggins step up. Yeah.
I think Gary Payton did a good job playing guard center last game.
Yeah.
I don't know how you a 6 foot center, but he's doing his thing. But you see guys like that step up and just make plays and do whatever needs to be done. And I think those dudes like Wiggins and Poole needs to be a little bit more aggressive because Steph's going to get his shots up. Steph's going to be Steph. Clay's going to be
Steph.
Draymond's going to give you his 6, 7, and 7.
Yep. And like you said, the Poole thing is tough. It's tough to even continue to play Poole with his because defensively he's not a DiVincenzo or Gary Payton. So like if he ain't making shots for you, it's really not much of a reason to play Jordan Poole in a series like this if he's not knocking down shots, which is probably why you saw last game. I think he only had like 12 minutes. If you're not making shots, you're actually a liability the rest of the game for us.
Yeah, and I think that's why they went with Moses Moody a little bit more.
Moody
can, knock down shots. He's trying to play defense. He's rebounding the ball. So he's giving them something.
I want to see if we get a little dab of Kuminga the next 2 games. That's someone who hasn't really gotten much action. I'm not sure. I think he's healthy right now. But I think that could be a guy with his versatility that might be able to change up a little bit and help out the Warriors on the defensive side. Because, man, AD and LeBron have, like you said, been an issue. And LeBron's just getting the others involved very, very well. I mean, Austin Reeves. And we got to mention D'Angelo Russell. He's playing like the number 2 pick of the draft right now.
Yeah, I think it's like, just that size, LeBron being able to go to the post and score when he needs to score. But he's also being able to make plays out the post. He lets the other guys do their thing, too. So he'll let D'Angelo Russell, he'll let him work the pick and roll.
Yep.
He'll play off the ball. He'll let Austin Reeves, bring the ball up.
It's the first time he's done that shit. Somebody talked to him this season and was like, "Hey, LeBron, not only could you have probably better stats, but you could also like prolong your career if you like let these guys do that type of stuff, man."
I think it's playing the Warriors. I think that's the big thing is a team that is really familiar with him, so he has to mix it up with them a little bit.
It's working. It's working right now. I don't know if they're going to win tonight. Game 5, man. I can't go against Steph at the crib on Game 5, but I like the Lakers in 6.
I'd agree with you. I would agree with you right now.
Man, we've got maybe 2 to 3 days left of just crazy basketball to wrap up the second round.
Yeah.
I'm very, very interested to see how it turns out because the conference finals are going to be one to remember. Right now, who's your favorite if you had to pick to meet in the NBA Finals? And what would be your far too soon prediction?
Ooh, right now, if I had to say so, I would lean towards Miami in the East. I think I think Joel's probably the most talented player in the East right now, but I think Jimmy's probably the most impactful. And then I would go with the Lakers. LeBron is the greatest scorer in the NBA. He's our all-time leading scorer who's all-time in assists and at 62 years old still taking control of the game. So I think AD will be able to, like, if the series goes how I think AD will be able to be a little disruptive more than Ayton was on Jokic. And
Damn, I really like that pick.
I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Another bubble championship.
Another bubble championship would be nice. I'm gonna go with my Lakers. I think right now they're just clicking on all cylinders. Everything's rolling. Mm-hmm. As long as AD stays healthy, I think the Lakers have a chance to get back to the finals and win it all. In the East, I gotta go with the guy I've been cheering on MVP. I gotta go with Joel Embiid. I think he can maintain how dominant he's been, and against the Heat and or New York, I don't think either of them are going to be a matchup for Joel. So I'm going to go with the Lakers and the 76ers on an old school classic for the NBA final matchup way too soon.
Not mad at the pick. Not at the pick. I'm surprised the Sixers took the lead. I'm surprised. They're up in this series right now as well. But we're gonna see how that plays out.
Yeah, y'all definitely make sure y'all tune in today. Watch 2 great game 5s, 2 chances to put some teams away. But game 5 if it ain't game 7, game 5 is the second biggest game of the series, and you just know tonight Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, the Jimmy Butlers, the Jalen Brunsons, those guys that are them, they're gonna step up tonight. It just depends on who got enough time left on the clock to win it.
Oh yeah, I agree. It's gonna definitely be a show.
All right, we're going to catch you back next episode, conference finals. Thank y'all for tuning in to Anomaly, 4th episode of the season, 2nd round. That's a wrap. We're going to be back on conference finals, though, so y'all better get your popcorn ready.
Hey, don't forget, it's the Victor Sweepstakes is next week, too.
Yes, it is. Shout out. Let's go. Detroit Pistons, go get Victor, baby.
I'm going to put on my Kelly jersey for that.
Until next time, I'll catch you, baby.
Yes, sir.
Anomaly, a podcast presented by Sports Time with my